Welcome back. The quest for a functional smart city has been a driving force behind urban infrastructural renewal across the world, especially in megacities. Now, going by its development plan, Lagos State hopes to get to that level in the next 7 years. But how feasible is the vision? What infrastructure renewal is needed to realize it? This was the focus of the 8th annual public lecture of the Association of Accountants in the Lagos State Public Service.
The demographic status of Lagos State and the attendant economic development imposes the need to focus and embark on well-planned infrastructural renewal to sustain its vintage position as the commercial hub of Nigeria and one of the biggest in Africa. For the attainment of a smart city status, additional importance was accorded the provision to specific infrastructure to drive this vision. However, the desire to become a foremost functional and smart city in Africa depends on the approach the government desires to employ. Infrastructural renewal, the quest for a functional smart city, formed the basis of the 8th annual public lecture organized by the Lagos State Civil Service chapter of ICANN. The Professional Assembly offers a platform to discuss, evaluate and appraise contemporary issues affecting the well-being of the people.
Today's event will no doubt add significance to the history of accountants and the accounting profession in Lagos State and the Lagos State Public Service as a result of the spate of infrastructural renewal in different sectors of the economy. Let me at this juncture reiterate that the quest for a functional smart city with vast potentials of becoming the third largest economy in Africa is very, very much on course. This is in view of the fact that the state is presently home to over 65% of Nigeria's businesses, with the completion of critical developmental infrastructures that has created new economies in the state, thereby facilitating growth and propelling the state economy to enviable heights.
The chairman of the occasion and president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, Mr. Razak Jayola, sets the stage for discussion by providing a background to the theme.
The theme of this 8th annual public lecture derives from the conviction of our governor to set new standard of performance for Lagos and its people. In my view, it is particularly important for entities to recreate themselves to stay relevant and value-driven. For a city that plays host to about 20 million Nigerians, this course of action is inevitable.
He reveals that ICANN is developing an accountability index to support government in fighting corruption at all levels.
This is one of our initiatives that aims at improving the process for assessing public finance management and public governance practice across the 3 tiers of government, namely federal, state, and local government. Indeed, we had a presentation on Friday, July 27, 2018, to the Federal Allocation Committee at the Federal Capital Territory to create awareness on the framework. Our coordinators and assessors are also on the field collecting relevant data across the states of the federation and the federal government. We are working towards ensuring that the first result of the accountability index is released in October during the Accountants Conference in Abuja.
The effort made so far by the present administration of Lagos to achieve a functional and smart city is explained by the Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure.
I'm sure some of you are aware that Lagos State is working with Dubai Holding LLC to develop a smart city in Ibejuleki, similar to the concept of Dubai. To tackle the incessant security issues in the state, government, through Smart City Initiative, has invested in high-definition cameras and broadband connection in order to enhance the job of both the police and the Lagos State Transportation Management Authority, LASMA, in monitoring and fighting crimes and managing traffic. Intelligence transposition system will be deployed all over the state to ensure a seamless travel experience for its community and public. This is a key thing because right now, the more road you build, more people are coming in. There are more cars on the road. In the field of information and communication technology, Lagos State has been the vanguard of information technology with the introduction of various portal, application, and infrastructure for e-governance. For example, the driver license processing and the verification portal, education portal, private school registration, and Lagos State online recruitment and testing portal, among others.
The lead paper is delivered by Dr. Emmanuel Olalekan, a senior lecturer in the Department of Finance in the University of Lagos. His presentation focuses on infrastructure and total factor productivity, infrastructure requirement and supply, funding gaps, potential funding sources, as well as the challenges to enhance infrastructure in Lagos State.
As it concerns infrastructure, the demand following perspective is more instructive. And that's why it is said that wherever enterprise leads, finance follows. In which case, if we are able to scale up the stock of infrastructure in Lagos, evidently, the scope and the volume of businesses will increase. And by extension, finance will follow. In which case, big financial institutions across the globe will make Lagos their center in Africa. Lagos must begin to get more money from the federal government as the former capital and much more as the commercial capital of Nigeria. So a special status for Lagos is imperative. Number two, public-private partnership in their different models. The regulation, privatization, and commercialization of infrastructure is necessary. There is something called efficiency gains. Efficiency gains is one of the ways of funding infrastructure. Then partnership with multilateral organizations, trust funds, pension funds, the capital market, foreign private capital also can be used. And we can also access money from philanthropic sources.
Dr. Olalekan also highlights the role of accountants in achieving a functional and smart Lagos.
What are the roles that accountants can play and should play? Number one, lead the implementation unit that should be set up for SIIMP, State Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan. We expect that accountants will lead the unit of the implementation teams that will be set up for this. Number two, you are expected to play major roles in the budget process and ensure the prompt release of funds. You must play leading roles with others in monitoring and evaluation to ensure value for money.
To ensure a sustainable smart city, the guest lecturer proposes what he calls regional integration of infrastructure master plan.
I was talking about integration from the perspective of the fact that it is possible for the Southwest, for example, to develop a regional infrastructure master plan that will make it possible for someone to live in Ibadan and work in Lagos. Not everybody should stay in Lagos. So if we have an integrated and functional infrastructure system, people can stay anywhere and still work in Lagos. It is a possibility, as we see in so many developed climes.
We looked at the issue of infrastructure as a very major tool for improvement of governance framework, and we feel that infrastructure renewal is something that is necessary, key for a smart city like Lagos. So we want to bring it to the front burner, look at the areas that the present administration has been doing wonderfully well and areas it can also improve upon.
Other highlights of the annual public lecture are Award of Excellence in Service to Mrs. Adebimpe Dada, the Permanent Secretary, Audit Service Commission. The sixth chairman of the association is also enthroned and decorated with the insignia of office.
This edition of the program ends with that report. Thank you so much for watching, and do remember the conversations continue on our social media platforms. See you same time next week. I'm Joker Rogers, and bye for now.